Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Real Estate of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Tonight we're going to talk about declining appetite for home ownership. What are the factors that are affecting the appetite for home ownership? If you are a first-time home buyer, your biggest challenge is to come up with a down payment to buy a property. Second, affordability. How much can you afford to buy a property? You go to the bank based on your income. Would you qualify for the type of house you want? Most of buyers have inability to purchase a property, and our reports will reflect that change in reduction in sales in our report we're going to share with you. Declining in equity. Lots of sellers who are trying to upgrade because there's opportunity and they want to sell it, their equity is going down. And equity is the cumulative of mortgage payment that you have paid when you bought the property. So there is a decline in equity share. Other is property value, appraised value of the property. Very often we see when a deal is being closed, the bank will go and ask for appraisal. When you are using a conventional mortgage, which is 80-20, and the bank has no security from CMHC, and they have to lend their own money, they want to make sure they will send appraiser 10 days before advancing the funds to a transaction. As I mentioned in my previous episode a couple of weeks ago, that one gentleman that called me, his value of the property in the market was consistent with what he bought 2 years ago on an assignment. But when the appraisal went, his assessed value came 100,000 less than the market value, which is currently available about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So he could not close this, and then he mentioned to me there are quite a few other buyers in the same predicament. So declining equity or value based on appraised value, bank will not lend you money because they want to protect them because you're putting it more than 20%. So CMHC is not involved. It's not a high risk ratio mortgage. Therefore, the lender wants to make sure any adjustment in a market condition will protect their investment, especially 80-20. And we can show you for example, in 2023, we're going to continue to talk about it. Our average price based on Market Watch report, Toronto Regional Real Estate Board data, average price for a home was $1,038,668. And in August report that I'm going to share with you, average price is $1,082,496. So we have increased the average price. But the highest price was in May, which was $1,196,101. So you can see from the highest point, we have declined almost $90,000 from the May until August. May, June, July, August, 90,000 price in value, average price has declined. Now, these are generic prices. If you have any specific questions and you want to ask to assess your value of your property, you have to contact the local real estate professional, or call me directly 416-451-3489. I'll be more than happy to give you the real value, estimated value of your property. So affordability is the biggest thing because value of the prices have gone up. We're going to talk about the August report during our program. An average price of a detached home in 416 is $1,635,145 in 416, and 905 area $1,361,943. So if you're looking for this house based on your income, gross income, you have to see how much you qualify. And that is why it's very important when you think about buying a property, you need to consult with a mortgage agent or a broker or a lender or the bank, whoever that you want to. I'm a principal broker of Canada Express Mortgaging, license number 13241. If you have any question, you can call me. I can guide you how much you could qualify before you begin the journey of proceeding to acquire a property. And there's lots of steps that we have discussed over many episodes of Realty Coffee Talk, that step that you have to go through. So affordability is a big issue. Now the question will come, can I afford where I want to, which is my wish to stay in a big city? But sometimes it's not possible. It depends on what your needs are. Do you like a detached home? Do you like a semi? Or do you want a condominium or a townhome freehold or townhome with a parcel of tile land or a condo apartment? And these are multiple options. Is all based on your income, and they need to be calculated to make sure that you can afford. Majority of the people now have a difficulty. I just help a client to purchase a property, one condominium, one bedroom, and you are talking about over $500,000 for one bedroom apartment. So how can you be able to afford a family to live in a condominium when you have one or two kids? You can't live there. So then with that money, you may be able to go out of town to get something if you work remotely. And this is where the appetite is declining for people to buy it, or the home ownership. They're going toward renting it. Even though renting is expensive, but carrying a house cost is more than the amount you pay in renting it. I think in last episode we talked about that. If you're renting it for, let's say, $3,000, two bedroom condominium or a basement, whatever, for a house to pay a $3,000 mortgage, that type of house that has a basement or a condominium, you may have to pay over $5,000 a month expenses. So what you're going to do with the difference of $2,000 from your pocket? So this is why it's become challenging if you are going to use this property. There are benefits for that too, because you can finish the basement if there is a basement and rent it out to compensate for the additional payment. But most likely you will be able to pay a little bit less by renting it, because your appetite is declining because affordability issue. People have needs are not being met, or if they're met, they're going out of town in a smaller town, and their value. And it's a good idea to go over. I am recommending my clients to go out of town, big town, especially when they're retiring, or young couples with one or two kids. They need to get out because they need space, backyard for the kids to play, parking and playgrounds and good new schools. So they need to get out. And this is why the homeownership is becoming more expensive. Because if you are in a variable or you have ongoing expenses for the house, Your mortgage, if you have renegotiated, 1/3 of Canadians have to negotiate their mortgage. So if they were paying less than 2%, now they're paying between 5.5% to 7%. Their mortgage payments are double, triple. Therefore, they can't afford it. And that is why the home ownership is becoming a difficulty. And people are losing for the desired appetite. Everybody wants to have a dream home. They want to grow their family. But the problem is you can't afford it because of what's happening. Now, because cost of living has gone up. Look at this stuff during and right after the pandemic. In pandemic, real estate price was going up almost 18-20% increase depending on location in 1 year. And after that, all of a sudden, cost of construction, the labor, because of lack of production capacity of the company, manufacturing, and also supply coming from overseas, disruption, inflation went up 8.1%, now is back to 3.3%. And even though last month, in July, it was 2.8%, it's gone up 3.3%. But the good thing news is the Bank of Canada did not increase the policy rate, still kept it at 5%. So your prime rate is now 7.2%. So if you are able to negotiate a deal, it appears to me that we may have some increases toward, if not now, maybe later, unless that inflation start rising again. There are lots of factors involved with the logistic of calculating the inflation. What are the real impact? So cost of living gone up, your transportation, your goods and supplies, food. Did you imagine going to grocery store and paying double the prices of the goods, food? I used to get a watermelon for $5. Now it's $15. I love watermelon. So cost has gone up. And same as any fruit that you go and buy it, it's going to cost you more money. Gas has gone up. We never thought we were going to touch the $2. And we went over $2. And it's plus minus. And I'm sure by end of the year we will pass to $2 per liter. Definitely, it look like it. Particularly the premium, which you're using instead of a regular one. So this is why, and also anything that you buy, the clothes, the shipment, transportation costs gone up. You go to any department, everything has jumped. When it used to be $1, now it's $2. So all these are affecting the economy, employment, and also our ability to carry on, particularly when you are carrying a good sized mortgage. If you are carrying a mortgage for, let's say, about $550,000 approximately, and your mortgage is conventionally below 2%, you are paying $2,600-$2,700 a month. But if the same price and you negotiate it again now, let's say 6%, your payment is double, triple. So you'll be paying over $6,000 a month. If your gross income of the family, wife and husband, is below, or the kids who are working and living with you because they can't go out and buy the property, therefore they're staying with the parents, and they might be able to support something. And that's why you have to look at it. Can you carry it? But it appears to me that we're going to have a little bit longer period of this cycle, economic cycle, before it start stabilizing and interest rates going up. But interest rate will not go down the way we have them during our pandemic. This is very, very critical that you understand that. You have to weather the storm. Idea is not to lose shelter. If you have no choice, you can't afford it, sit down and do the budget, calculate all the costs that you have. And then based on that, you say, I cannot afford this house to live on, and you have equity. You're going to lose equity. I remember that, because cost of carrying is greater than the equity or increase in prices. Therefore, you will be able to sell it. And then downsize it, go out of the city, and you will have a better price. I mentioned in last episode, I have a client, I sold their property in Mississauga, and I got them a better and beautiful property, fully updated with 10-year warranty, half the price what they sold in Mississauga. Of course, they have to drive away about 40-45 minutes from Mississauga, but because they work remotely, so there is no impact for them. And this is what they did. So they want to support their kids to pay their education, and they also have the money, and they bought it half price, brand new. And this is why it's very, very important. Now, not many people, especially IT people, services that can be provided remotely, people are going, particularly IT profession. I am dealing with quite a few IT professional, helping them to buy the properties. So they are going away from the city because of affordability issues. People think, oh, roof is falling. No, it's not going to happen. You will still see an increased price. I'm going to tell you, in last average price in 2021, 22 was $1,189,758. That's an average price based on 75,051 transaction happened through Toronto Regional Real Estate Board Market Watch report for realtors. So we have average $1,189,758. Now average price based on 8 months, we are $1,134,781. We still have 4 months to go. We have September, October, November, December. And then see, we have only transactions so far, 49,162 transactions so far under Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. Remember that we have multiple boards, and ITSO has about 19 boards because some boards have merged. And some of their data, we are member of ITSO, and we also Mississauga Real Estate Board and ITSO and MLS system, and also TREB, Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. So there are some data that may not be in TREB report, and there's also a data which may not be in the ITSO system. So you always have to allow 5 to 10% of variation in terms of total transactions or total sales or the amount they are reported. Or some of them, like our brokerage, City Pro Realty Brokerage, we are member of both. So therefore we list property on both MLS system. So because we want to serve our client, we want to make sure we give exposure, maximum exposure available to the professionals of the property that we list. Therefore we are member of both. And there are some private. Remember, this data does not include any private sale. It does not include anything sold by the builder unless they were on MLS. If they are on MLS, then it is picked up, whether it's for TREB or is by ITSO or other MLS for the local places where they have their own data is not reported on these. So this is very, very important to remember. So we're going to continue this conversation, and we're going to give you some statistic for August, and then we will go back and discuss. We're going to take a short break. You're watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Statement. We'll come back after the break.
मशरक़ी तहज़ीब की खूबसूरत दास्तान, बरसों से चली आ रही रिवायतों का पासबान, खुशबू और जायके का वही कदरदान, करते हैं हर खाने में अपने लज़्ज़त का एहतमाम। हर पकवान है बेमिसाल, हर खुशबू है लाजवाब। कढ़ाई पॉइंट, जायका ऐसा कि दिल जीत ले। आज ही हमारे कढ़ाई पॉइंट तशरीफ लाएं और अपनी खुशियों को हमारे संग मनाएं। कढ़ाई पॉइंट, मेड विद क्वालिटी एंड फ्लेवर्ड विद पैशन।
हसीन लगना तो सभी चाहते हैं, मगर हुस्न का निखार तभी मुमकिन है जब आपका स्टाइलिस्ट हो एक्सपर्ट एंड क्वालिफाइड। ब्यूटी बार एंड ब्राइडल All expertise in one point. हमारे यहाँ threading, latest facial treatment, best body waxing, makeover जैसा आप चाहें, जबरदस्त bridal package, manicure, pedicure, केराटिन ट्रीटमेंट, क्रायो हेयर ट्रीटमेंट और बहुत कुछ जो आपके हुस्न को चार चांद लगा दे। तो देर किस बात की, अभी विजिट कीजिए ब्यूटी बार एंड ब्राइडल। वी आर लोकेटेड एट 5150 डिक्सी रोड, यूनिट 6, मिसिसागा। अवार्ड विनिंग इंडियन ब्यूटी सैलून। For appointments, call now 437-324-2885. Beauty Bar and Bridal, one-stop beauty salon.
Welcome to City Pro Realty. We are 100% Canadian family-owned real estate brokerage. If you are thinking of buying or selling residential or commercial real estate, think of us. Call us. We are one-stop solution provider for your real estate needs. Our passion is real estate. Your success is our priority. Our commission plans to meet your budget. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. A family serving family. To search for sale properties and free reports, visit www.citypro.net.
Welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awards and Tema in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada and broker record for City Pro Realty Brokerage. And we're talking about declining appetite for home ownership. Because there are many factors that we have discussed, and you have a declining ownership, declining reduction in value, the declining equity, affordability, cost of living, and economic impact. These, and also shortage of housing. When there is supply and demand issue, when supply is more, price goes down. And when the supply is less, demand is high, the price goes up. We had about 40,000 to 55,000 unit shortage before pandemic. It continues that even today. All promises made by the federal government, provincial government, and we're still facing the same challenge. Ontario government took initiative, and they're trying to build 1.5 million houses in next 10 years. And obviously there's a lot of financial support from the federal government to municipalities and the Ontario government to help expedite the approval process, centralized, because we have three levels of government: city, municipality, Ontario, provincial, and federal. They need to work together to create a comprehensive strategy how to get this housing shortage problem to resolve that. We have immigrants are coming 500,000 every year, and we have seen that. So they are settling down in Vancouver and GTA area. Almost 60% of them in these two big cities. So it's creating more difficulty for even the local citizen to buy and afford. And even renting has become a problem because everybody is looking for jobs, especially new immigrants. Some of them are rich enough to bring their money to buy a property. But some of them are coming in with technical skills, professionalism, and it takes a little time to get settled. So any new immigrant who's coming to Canada, predict that at least before even this pandemic started, I used to say you need to have at least 18 months or 2 years of time to create deposit to buy a property. Now it's going to be a lot more period. Unless they bring cash or parents give money, they won't be able to buy a property. So they will have no choice to rent it. And this is why it's very, very important. I'm going to share with you the data that I was talking about. In January, our sale was minus 44.6%. And in February, it was minus 47% compared to February last year. Then in March was a minus 36.5% from March to this March. Then in April, it went minus 5.2%. In May is the first time our sales were up 24.7% as compared to May 22. And June went down sale again. It went 24.7 to 16.5%. And July, it went further down, sale 7.8%. And August, we are in minus again, minus 5.2 as compared to August. And now we're going to go back and look at the cost, again, the average price. This is a TREB data, so market watch. So we're going to talk about TREB only, and it doesn't include ITSO or any other sale by the builder. So we are minus 16.4% January to January. And now we're talking about 23 and 22. We were minus 17.9 average price. And in March, we were minus 14.6, so it started declining. In April, we were minus 7.8%, so it has come down. That means average price is really going up, okay? Now, in May, we were minus 1.2% as compared to May, but this is the highest point of average price in 2023. So that's a benchmark. And after that, in June, it went down, it was up 3.2% as compared to June 22, and we were 1,182,120. But in July, we were up 4.2% in 1,118,374, because they are comparing with the same July 22 and July 23. Okay, so in August we are only 0.3%. So you can see there is a positive growth of July was 4.2 average price compared to July, but in August we are 0.3. So it's very likely in September we will be minus, because people are afraid that the Bank of Canada might increase the policy rate because inflation has gone up from 2.8 from July, because July was 3.3 and now, August, and so therefore they were expected to go up. The bank decided not to do that. So most likely they might do that in October. So average price has declined as compared to what we have. If we look at it in January, average price was 1,038,668. And now, from year to date, we are 1,082,296. So let's say average 44,000 increase so far for 2023. So this is very, very important for you. Now I'm going to give you a little bit detail about the region wise in Ontario. So Halton sale went up, Halton region 4.58%, and average price went up 5.77. Okay. Now new listing went up 7.62%. And then we have a family home, and townhome 9.51% went up. Detached home 7.62, and apartment went 1.48% decline in Halton. Now Peel region, our composite is 0.56. Single family detached price went average price went up 1.44, and single family attached and detached is 1.62 increase. Okay. Now in terms of townhome, 1.25% increase. And condo apartment declined 2.57% in region of Peel. City of Toronto, the composite is 1.12. Average single family detached home increased 4.10%, and single family attached increased 2.14%, and townhome increase in Toronto 2.45. This is a decline, and apartment decline 1%. Okay. Now York region composite is 5.32%, and single family detached home increased 6.17%, and single family attached increased 5.94%, and townhome increased 3.97%, and apartment went down 0.81% average price. Now Durham region composite is 2.7%, and single family detached 3.06% increase, and also single family detached increased 3.88%, and townhome 0.97%, and also apartment went down 1.93%. Orangeville composite is 3.27% up, 3.63% single family detached, and single family attached 4.46%, and then your townhome increased 4.87%. So this is the highest reported townhome increase there, and also attached home also highest, and York region also have higher, and then also townhome is 4.87%, and decline 2.29% condo apartment. Now South Simcoe County 1.74% composite. Detached home, single home, 1.4% decline, and also composite also declined 1.74%. Now families single attached also declined 0.112%, and this appears to me South Simcoe County is only negative. And similarly, townhome went down 1.53 average price, and also apartment minus 0.36. So that's telling you in Toronto, sales were 17,942, and rest of the GTA 905 was 31,220. That's total transaction for 2023. So you can see and imagine from here that how is affecting us now as compared to what's happening other agent. So if you have any question regarding real estate and you want to ask question, call my office 905-785-9923 or call me direct 416-451-3489. I've been more than happy to answer your question. Also, to watch our episode that aired on Awaz Entertainment, please go to awazent.com on website, YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram, and you will see them. Also, you can go to realtycoffeetalk.com and subscribe my YouTube channel, and so you are able to learn. The goal of Realty Coffee Talk is to increase awareness, building consumer confidence, and promoting good ethic and professional business practices to make sure we maintain integrity, professionalism in our industry, to promote consumer confidence in real estate. Thank you for watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. We look forward to see you on next Thursday at 7 p.m. on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. Thank you for watching. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now.